Hi guys, what's up? And in this video we will learn about arrays and dictionaries. So in Swift we have arrays which can hold a collection of data that we can combine multiple strings or multiple integer or even multiple type of data into one collection, so it can hold on one single place. Let's just start with an array. For example, I type variable and I give a name of that variable to an animals and we say is equal to. So if you want to declare an array, you need these square brackets, and now you can give the values inside an array. So if we let's just start with strings. So if I want to add a first string, for example dog, and I say comma and I say cat, and let's just add third value of snow, leopard, and we can say have a fourth value of black panther. See, we have these animals. Now you can see that if we go with the string approach, with the single string approach, that dog, we can say animal 1 is equal to dog, and we can just copy it, paste it, and we have to do this thing multiple times. So here comes the array in very handy. For example, if we want to, like, so here comes arrays. In these types of data, arrays comes very handy, so that we can hold multiple data at the same place. So the arrays holds the data as per their index. For example, if you want to access this first value, you have to access it as in 0 and then 1 2 3. So every array starts with 0. For example, if I want to get the value of first index, then I have to say 0, and if I have to say animals, we have to get the value of second index, we say 1, and if I have to get the value of third index, we say 2, and as per same we have 3, sorry. So this is the way to get the values from the index. Okay, so if, for example, if you want the value of the fourth index which do not exist, it's gonna throw up an error here, and if you play this code here, it's gonna crash in your playground, plus it's gonna crash in your Xcode while making applications also. That's because we only have 4 values here, and arrays in Swift will automatically decide the size of that array, that it can contain only 4 values. So you cannot get the fifth value and it will throw up an error. Okay, so just for the sake, if we have any uh, any array with the numbers which is an integer 1, simply say 2, 10, 5. Every value is been separated with the comma, and this is an array of we say, we add one more, we say 8, and 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 values, and it's gonna start with 0 1 2 3 4. The index will be 0 1 2 3 4. And for example, if we want to get the value out from this, we have to do the same as from the first index. OC. Now as per the variables and constant, we can also give the type of what kind of data type to a specific array also, that what kind of data it's going to hold. For example, if I just simply say this array will only be holding a string, so specifically for array you have to add this colon, and then you have to add square brackets, and then you can say string. So if this array will only hold a string value. It's not going to hold one integer. It's going to throw up an error. Second thing we have to understand is that, for example, we have this same array. I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to just simply add one more value, which is a different data type. It's an integer. It is going to throw up an error that if heterogeneous collection literally could be, but just first make it simple, that it can, if you want any array to hold a multiple data types or multiple kind of data, you have to explicitly say that array that it can hold any kind of data. So for that we can do colon, and we just have to write any. So for example, you have, now you can have an integer, and you can have a 10 point, well, double, and you can have a false also. So you see, string, integer, double, and false. These are the data types been added to a single array of animals, multi, I can say multi, and it can hold any type of data type. Same with the numbers. If I just simply say integers, it can only hold integers. And if I say double here, it can still hold integers, because double also a type of number, and it starts with one value. But in integers we cannot hold double, because it cannot hold multiple values. The size of integer is not enough, so you say you cannot convert integer to double. So this is one thing. Now there is another concept also. If you want to combine two arrays of the same data type, for example, if we have two data types of names, I can say simply names, or Anil and Jordan, and we can say just cities is equal to Dubai and London. Okay, and if we want to combine, then we can simply say both is equal to names plus cities. Now this data type will already be defined, that this is an array which holds two arrays, so it's going to combine all the data. And if we try to print both, let's just see what happens. See, the both will come with the both of the data. So single data this holds, and it's going to combine both of the arrays. Now if you ever want to make an array without any values, just like we make any string or an integer, we can also do that. We can just say var and array, give any name, and we have to tell it that this is an array of strings and is equal to, make it an empty array, so that later you can add values to that specific array. So there is another way to do this also. We can say var array numbers is equal to string, and this is also, both of this will do the same job. This is also saying that this is an array of strings which is empty, and this is also explicitly defining that this is a strings array which is empty. If you want to add values to these empty arrays, you need to use append. For example, if I start adding, we just start here, array dot append, and new element contents of, okay, and if you want to add value like playing, okay, let's just print this array and let's see what type of value it's gonna hold. And we just print this one, and we say array, and we just print this one. See, one value has been added to playing. Okay, let's just add another value to it, and Paul. So now it's gonna contain ball. Let me just comment this out both, and just again we see Paul. Now for example, you only need to print a value of second index, which will be 1, and we stop this and we play this. See, it holds both of the values, but it's going to print only the value that you asked for. Okay, and same way it goes with this string. We can change this to integers. Now there is a small problem with arrays. For example, if you have very long array, it's that has many kind of data, plus it's on a whole multiple things, and you have to call them with their index. Now it's very hard to remember the index all the time. That, for example, let me just create an array here of a person's bio. You can say array bio, and in that bio the person has a name we call Anil. It can say age is 28. We can say it has a web called www.example.com. It has a mail called aa.anil@gmail.com, and so on. The multiple data. For example, it has city is London, and for example, see, now if you want the value of second, if you want to see the value of the person's age, you have to write bios, and you have to get the integer of second. Now it's very hard to remember the what kind of that index value is going to hold the data. So here comes we call dictionaries. I'll just type it here, dictionaries. Okay, and we're just gonna copy this and paste it here, dictionaries. And in dictionaries, what you can do, you can give any value a key to respond to. So for example, if I say, if we give it a space here, we say first name, and we say Anil, and we say age, I can just type it small. We can say web, email, and city. So in dictionaries you can give keys to your values. So for example, now if I want the person's age, it will be so easy. For example, sorry, we just missed a column here, and if we want to get the age of a person, we have a key here. We have a key that says that age the age of a person is linked with the key. So if I write age, sorry, it's string, so we have to just write it as age. If I write print it, you see here that it's gonna print, it's gonna bring up only the age, which is so very easy. Now if I need the person's first name, we just have to remember the key, which is super easy. We just print this, and first name is here. I just write bio and we say I need a person's email is a key, and we can simply say it's very easy to remember the key rather than the index of that person. So guys, this is it for this video. See you in the next video.